What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fourth and Goal Sports Show. I'm your host, Tyrus Filson. We're back again with another live tonight, chopping it up about the Deebo Samuel trade. It's got everybody talking. 2 days removed from the trade. It's Monday. It's Monday night right now, and we're just gonna unpack our thoughts, our feelings about the trade. Again, I got my guests, Julian, William. We're all Washington fans. We cover the team. We know the team. We keep up with the team always. So we're gonna chop it up tonight and just give our thoughts on the trade unbiasedly. We're just gonna give our thoughts. No bias. We're just gonna keep it 100 all the way, all the way. That's what we do here on Fourth and Goal Sports Show. But Will, Julian, how y'all feeling tonight, man?
I'm feeling good. This trade it came out of surprise. I heard it was a bunch of people saying like, "Oh, Cooper Cup was in the mix." Washington probably try to go after this wide receiver. And while this move is a big move, I still feel like they need to go after like a true number two. Because Debo, he would definitely help in the passing game, but you get like someone on the other side of Terry McLaurin. Now you could start talking like, okay, because Debo, he would be like a good slot and versatile type player. But for me, it's a good trade because, it's a win-win for 49ers and Commanders because from the 49ers standpoint, you get rid of Deebo Samuel contract, who was on the team like around 17 million. Now Washington have to pay that, 17 million. So I say it's good to get off that contract. He was like a headache to the in the locker room and stuff, and you know just to get that off the team is good for them. From Washington's standpoint, to get Debo for only a fifth round draft pick is kind of still for me too, because I heard it was news saying how, oh, 49ers probably want like a third and a sixth for Debo and stuff like that, but to only get him for a fifth rounder, that's to me a steal. Also, you're gonna have like the naysayers and the other fan bases saying like, "Oh, y'all getting an injury-prone player, like an unproductive type player." But not saying D was gonna go back to his 2021 year, but just to have like half of that would be huge for Washington offense.
Um, I
Speak,
want to
bro.
shout out somebody. Um, Commanders fan would know who I'm talking about. Josh Taylor. He was really the first person to report on the news. Literally the first person at the Super Bowl. He tweeted some cryptic tweets, but then later on, days later, um, said that the Commanders were interested in Deebo and they've talked with Deebo. Oh shoot, hold on. Sorry, now. Yeah, they were in talks with Debo. So I wanted to give him his applause because one of the first people to do it, and he's catching a lot of flack because people thought he was lying. But I like the trade for the most part. They
I
didn't
don't
give
even know
up too
why they
much.
would think he was lying. I mean,
I mean, some
that's
fans would think he was lying. Some people
that's a
thought he
clear
didn't have.
connection.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm happy for the trade. I'm really excited to see how Cliff uses him in that offense. I think that's the most um, appealing thing with this trade. I don't feel like if any other team would have traded for him, they would use him in the way that Cliff will and his uniqueness and how he runs his offense. Just feel like it's a perfect fit. Um, yeah, it gives you another weapon outside of Terry. I do believe that they still need to get another receiver. Um,
Absolutely.
Personally, I would look to sign a receiver and draft a receiver. To draft somebody young. Again, the team is kind of old. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Um, but yeah, I think they definitely need to look at a younger receiver that can kind of go on the opposite side of Terry, or even just sign the guy that can do it and develop in a receiver. Kind of interested to see what they do the rest of free agency in the offseason.
Yeah. Um, I really feel like this trade caught me off guard, kind of like Will was saying. It caught me off guard, caught me by surprise. Um, and I think that we saw Debo, we saw, with everything that happened in San Fran, I think it was right for both sides to kind of part ways. It was time. But with that being said, it's like everybody's looking at this trade in a one lens kind of viewpoint, and I think it's kind of disrespectful to Jaden Daniels, to the Commanders GM Adam Peters, like those guys. Those let me say it like this: Adam Peters knows what he's doing. So the fans that are kind of doubting this, the fans that are kind of hating on this move on both sides, whether the Commanders, 49ers, or just NFL fans viewing it, a lot of people are hating on this trade. And it's like we just got Deebo Samuel for basically nothing. I mean, a fifth round pick. Folks got to understand that fifth round pick, whatever player you were going to draft with that fifth round pick, he's not going to be the player that Deebo Samuel is. He's just not. That's how picks work. Okay, like it's very rare that you get a fifth round gem. Like it's extremely rare, a dime a dozen. Even more rare than that. It's very rare that you get a fifth round star, something like that, right? We got Deebo Samuel, who is a former All Pro wide receiver, a elite football player. You could make the case he's not elite anymore. That's cool. But the guy's been elite at some point, and we got a lot of guys on our team where it's like guys gave up on him, said they were washed. Oh, he's done. This team would have been good in 2021, 2019. We done heard all that crap. At the end of the day, how I feel is Deebo Samuel, whether he's washed, rinsed, whatever you want to call it, a washed Deebo Samuel is better than whoever on that wide receiver core is not named Terry McLaurin. So at the end of the day, what did Washington do? What did Washington do? They got better, and that's the bottom line for me. It's like they got better as a team. You have to strengthen your wide receiver room, and you're dang right. I'm taking Deebo Samuel over De'Ami Brown. I'm taking him over Noah Brown. I mean, we're talking about 600, 700 yards being a down year for him. We haven't seen that from De'Ami ever, I don't think. 700 yards? I'll take that gladly.
No.
I'll take that gladly. So people want to hate, but there's just different levels, you know what I'm saying? Maybe the 49ers, they was tired of him, his attitude. That is some concern I have, though. Hopefully he doesn't bring that mess here. Hopefully AP, Dan Quinn can get him under control. Also the weight problems, too. Like, I'm not going to act like there aren't some concerns. There are concerns. But I'm simply saying, for us, I would say the pros outweigh the cons in the sense that we know what Jaden Daniels can do with any player you put around him. He's going to elevate. That's what he does.
Yeah, to me, I say this is the off season. Like the off season has now officially started. With Deebo Samuel getting traded, Miles Garrett basically slammed the door on the Browns. It's about to start getting crazy because next week it's about to be like a slur, like so many moves happening, like back to back to back, where Commanders gonna be getting better, like other teams gonna be getting better, but I say that Commanders already have like started, breaking, you know, basically making moves already. I say that's like a big step up that they like have been for real the first team that made the actual real move. Um, uh, there have been news about Washington probably getting other players and stuff like DJ Reed or something, but for them to actually get another wide receiver just shows how committed Dan Quinn and Adam Peters is to actually not looking at this as a rebuild, like not looking at this as like a 1 year like fluke type thing, but looking like, all right, we're an actual contender. I'm happy that they're looking at this like we're not just 1 year wonders and we're actually out here to try to compete for Super Bowls and stuff.
Um,
Um,
I hate the media's perception of this trade. I get that Deebo's old. He was injury running. He had a horrible season last year. But at the end of the day, um, did they get better at a position that everybody in the offseason said that the Commanders need to get better at? All I heard from the national media was they need receivers, they need receivers, they need receivers. Jaden has no receivers. They got better. Yeah, he may not be what he was 2, 3 years ago. Yeah, he may not be the number two if you want to think of like that. But like they got better. That's all that mattered. They got better. They
That's all that
didn't give up
matters.
a
That's all that
bunch.
matters.
They got better. That's all I want to hear. For all the Philly fans and all the other fans talking about, yeah, they're not going to be contenders. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. It was an NFC Championship game with a rookie. Shut up. AP is not done. If you think this is the last, I'm going to say this. If you think this is the last 49er that's going to be on this team this season, you have lost your absolutely mind. If you think he's not going to have any more moves, you already heard Myles Garrett. The Commanders are one of the teams that will likely put in a bid for him. Yeah, he's not the last 49er that will be on the scene. There will probably be several. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some more. I think I was actually chopping it up with William. We had class this morning. And what did I say? I said, let's go get Ward from the 49ers. But not only that, let's not only get Ward, let's get DJ Reed as well. I really want to see our DB room with Ward from the 49ers. We already got Marshawn Lattimore. We got Sandra Still. That's 3 right there. And I want DJ Reed too. Give me those 4. And the rest of the guys, I want it to be depth. Give me those 4 and the rest can be depth. I'm fine with that.
I disagree a little bit with it. I'm more on the side of just getting Ward and just rocking out with the 3 starters. Mikey move him back in the inside. Get a Ward and look to draft a guy. I know I'm about to be biased, Zell, but I don't care. I hope they draft in a late round. Hopefully he stays there until we have one of our 7th round picks, or whenever we trade John Allen and get a pick. Dorian Strong from Virginia Tech. Bring him home, goddammit. Wise, legend. You need a corner. I think it's time to develop another corner. It's a deep DB draft. So, Award putting Lattimore, Mikey, go draft you another guy. But I think as far as another 49er, I can see them looking at a Dre Greenlaw. It's kind of the same situation with Deebo. You sign him to a 1-year deal and have him prove it. And if it fails, it didn't work out. You didn't have to break the bank for him. Yeah. I know there was talks possibly of them looking to sign that safety. I forget his name from San Fran. It's supposed to be hitting the market. Mofongo, whatever his name is.
Number 20.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, he a dog.
There's a little bit of reports of them looking at him.
I don't know about that, though. I don't know about that because I feel like the safeties – this is what I was telling Will this morning. I was like, we should try to bolster the DB room and keep the safeties with the guys we have. Like, re-sign Jeremy Chin, Quan Martin solid. I'll keep those 2. I'm good.
I mean, I think if you can improve the position, go ahead and improve it, regardless of how we may feel about the room. I think again, this team is in a very, very unique situation where they exceeded everybody's expectations. And now year 2 in the rebuild, we're looking to compete, but the roster is not there to compete. Like, the roster is not good enough to compete. Like, you got several more years to the roster, to me, catches up to the expectation of what it could be. But I think if any position you can improve it. I'm not saying they should sign him, but if they did it, I wouldn't be mad. I would probably bring him and Chin back and just say, let's rock with it. But yeah, I really do think they need to address and get younger at the at the linebacker position. That's why I said Drake Green. Or even look to draft one. I know there's been mock reports of the linebacker out of Bama, them looking to get him at 29. But
Bill Campbell. Yeah. So I have a question. So what y'all think about Darius Slay getting released by the Eagles? Do y'all think him adding that veteran presence to the locker room? You say no?
No, I'm done with just getting older players. I think it's time for this team to get young and start just developing guys. I don't really want a lot of older veteran players. Like, you got enough of them. You got Bobby goddamn Wagner in that locker room. I don't think you need that much more of a veteran presence anymore. I mean, if they did it, I wouldn't be mad. Like, anything AP does, I'm not going to be too critical of it because he's proven to be right. I believe in him enough, but like I don't think they should really look at it. I think they should start to really look younger because Jaden is 24 years old. Some of
Yeah, I
these
get
players are
what you're
not going to
saying.
be on this roster when he's hitting his prime. So I think you need to have that solid foundation of players that when Jaden start hitting his prime. And I also heard something on the radio, DC media, talking about Jaden Daniels that he's in his prime. No, he's not. He hasn't hit his prime yet. You will know when he hits that prime. It may have been great year one, but he has not hit his prime yet.
I
But
don't
yeah,
know
I
When
who
he
think
said
start
that,
getting
but
those
that's
MVPs and
true.
stuff, then he like early in his prime.
but yeah, I think they just need to find a young core that can just grow with him. I think they have a little bit of that, but not fully.
Yeah, I agree. Cause me, I will get probably Tavares Ward. Could possibly look into GJ Reed. I don't know about getting both of them because I'm like either or. Because to me, DJ Reed, he has a chance to be a number one, but Tavares Ward, I feel like he's better than Marshall Lattimore. We get him. I feel
That's why I
like,
said. That's why I said if we were to get Ward and DJ Reed, like okay, so I want Sanders Still, Ward, DJ Reed, Lattimore, right? If that was our four, I was telling Will this morning, Julian, if that's our four DBs, then our weak point in that DB room is probably Lattimore. Our weak point is probably Lattimore out of those four, and I'm confident in that. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I think
I
it looked good, but like I would rather take that money and put it on the D line. I
see. I
think
think you're saying no
that's
to it because you know it's gonna cost.
it's more of like
definitely,
I think that is where um
because,
yeah, I think no matter where I could see the weak point of not addressing the way I want them to address. Like if it's me, if I am AP, I'm taking the Oregon left tackle. I'm gonna take the left tackle out of Alabama A&M, HBCU stand up. I'm taking him in the late round. I'm gonna develop him. I'm gonna take Brandon Coleman, take his ass right back to left guard or right guard, probably guard, left guard, and then take Trent Scott, move him to right guard, sign another guard. I'm literally trying to build the trenches, and I'm literally gonna spend money on a Khalil Mack or a Josh Sweat or a Milton Williams, and then probably try to draft another D tackle. Like I think that is where I really want to see their future for the team. I just think it's just gonna cost too much just to put into that DB room. That's gonna be like a damn near $100 million DB room and
Yeah.
$100 million plus. So
See,
I'd
I
rather
knew
them
yeah, I
spread the
do
I knew
money,
agree
you was
though.
gonna come from that. I knew
particularly
you
on
was
the D
gonna
line.
come from that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do agree because Tavares Ward, he is a good player, but again, Tavares Ward and DJ Reed, they both won like about 15 million. So just from those two players
Also,
alone,
also with the DJ Reed thing, something I saw on Commander's Twitter. Um, DJ Reed's kind of short. I don't want
he
another
is.
short corner.
Yeah, we
Next
already
to
got Mikey
Mikey.
Saban.
Mikey is already Mikey my size. He my size. You
Yeah.
can't have two people in the DB room that is my size. Actually, he's a little bit bigger than me, but still, I think from what I've heard from fans and team people that report on the team, Dan Quinn likes that
Richard Sherman
long,
type build.
lanky type of corner, and that's
Yeah,
what she is. Where I think it's a lot. Ward comes here. Only way I don't think it's a lot is unless New England outbids us. That's the only way, and I
yeah,
don't really see them outbidding us because I don't think it's necessarily we can't throw in a bid for them. I think certain players we will probably get outbid for, but I don't think that's one of the guys. I think he would love to come back here and play with AP, play for AP.
So with
yeah.
Deebo, going back to Deebo, the main point, do you guys think that okay, so we got Deebo, we traded for him, pretty much for a bag of chips. I mean, fifth round pick. Um, what do we do now? Like, because there's talks that we might go ahead and extend him. Just because, like, he's going to be playing for a contract. We could extend him for the extra year to just make it 2 years. But then again, my thing is with trading for Deebo, like I said, there's some pros and cons to it. I know Washington fans, there's some biased Washington fans who want to say only see the pros. There's Philly fans and other NFL fans who only want to see the cons, but there's both elements to it, pros and cons. And I feel like even though we got Deebo, we have to still go all in at wide receiver. If there's a free agent out there that we can add, let's go get him. Draft a receiver as well. But would you hold off on getting that extension done?
Yes,
Yes, I would definitely.
absolutely.
Yes, because you don't know what type Debo you're getting. Because you could get the Debo, highly doubted, but like say he goes back to his like 2021, 22 year, or you could get the Debo that was dropping wide open passes when he could like ran into the end zone. And then he was a headache in the locker room and stuff. So you don't really know what type Debo you getting. And then the money on top of that, he probably want to get paid probably around like not his now contract where he's 17, 18, but he still want to get paid probably good money to the point Washington. They're not going to pay that with already them having like other hoes in the roster. They're like, we're not going to pay Debo that much money and then still have to sign Terry McCoy to a long term contract. Because to me,
I
that's the
think
first wide receiver that they're going to
I,
resign.
I think that was the point that I was going to take. I think we should extend Terry first. I think that's like one of the things I'm waiting to see my phone buzz. Even if they don't, I don't think Terry's going to make a hissy fit about it. But I wouldn't extend Deebo yet. I would probably wait till next season and try to extend Deebo. If he works out, he doesn't. He does extend him. But at the end of the day, I still want Terry to be the highest paid receiver on the roster, and I will let Deebo know that Terry McLaurin will be the highest paid receiver on this roster just
I mean,
because of the character and who he is.
if he doesn't know now,
Um,
then I don't know if he's gonna know because hopefully that's not. Hopefully, I hope that that's not an issue. I know he's a diva.
I don't think the money is going to be so much of an issue with Deebo. Um, I don't think he's going to demand
He
what T
shouldn't.
Higgins
Like,
is
he better
demanding.
not.
Like I don't see it unless he has a triple crown winning type season, which that's not the player that Deebo is. Um, but yeah, I think also Jaden Daniels is the best quarterback Deebo Samuels has ever played with in his entire life. So for y'all saying that Deebo may not be
That's facts.
productive,
That's facts.
um, yeah, this is the best quarterback he's ever played with. May not be the greatest offensive mind as far as play caller, even though I don't think Cliff is bad, but like this is the best quarterback he's played with. And this is the only time Deebo has ever played with another number one receiver on the opposite side. So Deebo gonna cook.
I mean,
He played Brandon Ayuk.
you don't believe Ayuk for that 1 year, 2 years was wide receiver one.
No, I think he was the two. This may sound like unconventional, but I think in that offense, Kittle is the receiver one.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I don't like to say tight ends are receiver ones, but that's
Well, if they are,
Yeah, but you
well,
got
if they
like
are, they
based
are.
different
out
tight
of
ends
him.
in like different categories, and Kittle, he is in that top tier where he's considered like the number one target on to San
For sure.
Francisco. So
Also, I
yeah, I see.
think in this offense, as we talk about like the improvements and where outside of offensive line, which we know needs to get better. The offensive line we know. I think they will address offensive line. I think they either sign a guy or draft a guy. If it's me, I'm signing Ronald Stanley and drafting a guy. We're gonna get an offensive line. But I think the thing that would take this offense over the top, outside of running back, we already know running back can be, having that running back. As far as the passing game wise, you need a receiver that can take the top off the defense and that's always a very crisp route runner. That's what I look for in receivers. I like guys that can run the entire route tree. I want Chad Johnson to literally fall out every week talking about that receiver. But I also think something that is I haven't heard a lot of Commanders fans talk about is the tight end position. Ertz played well, but I feel you definitely need to get younger. Ertz is not going to be here. This is probably his last year once we resign him. I'm not gonna lie, he's not coming back after this.
Did y'all hear? Did y'all hear? Dan Orlovsky gave his thoughts. I mean, I thought this guy. I thought he was
I
going to
thought he
take.
retired. I thought
Yeah,
he
me
took
too.
a
I thought
break
he
or
took a break,
something.
but apparently he's
Yeah.
still going, and apparently he decided this week was a good time to disrespect the Commanders. So,
Yeah,
um,
I saw it.
He be
I'm
so
not.
like
I'm
Rock
not
Cole with
really
the Commanders, it makes no sense.
I'm not completely mad at it. Coming from Orlovsky, because Orlovsky has given the team credit.
He
He's probably the biggest Jaden Daniels um fan going into last year's draft. He told us that he was the best quarterback in the draft. I'm looking at it now. They're not done. One more move. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, so
I don't I don't think what he said was wrong. They're not one Deebo Samuels away from like competing. Like, do I think we
so
can beat a Philly? Yes, but like to
yeah,
really be
now
um
considered the top dog. No,
yeah, to be the best team in the NFC,
for
no,
for those
I don't think.
for those watching, Dan Orlovsky had a quote about the Commanders' recent trade for Deebo Samuel. He said they're not one move, one Deebo Samuel away from chasing down Philly. So my problem with that statement is this, right? We made the NFC Championship with scraps, right? We competed with Philly throughout the year. We competed with them in the regular season, and then the playoffs came, NFC Championship. They laid it on us. We got blown out. It was terrible, but clearly we are right there as far as just the NFC. We're not on Philly's level. I'm not trying to say that they're on a whole nother level. They're Super Bowl champions. Credit to them. But I'm saying in the NFC, if you want to go two, who's two, and right there, it's us. It's us or the Lions. I don't see why not. Um, like I said, quarterback is important. It raises the value of a team. It really, really does. And you know, we got our quarterback another weapon that I think is going to benefit our offense. It's literally that simple. I don't know why this is any different from any other trade for another asset. They're shopping him. He still has something left in the tank. He has some juice to him. We adding something to the team. That's literally it's that simple. I don't even know why we're even bringing up Philly. We didn't make this move. Oh, do you think Adam Peters, Dan Orlovsky, and all the fans who believe this, do you think that Adam Peters was in the room like, wow, this is the trade that's gonna stop Philly. This is the trade that's gonna get us over the hump. No, that's why we
he's
have
trying to get
re-sign period,
better.
free agency, the draft. There's a whole bunch of all season left. This is just a one move.
That to me really didn't do nothing because they're going to release or trade Jonathan Allen and basically make this money back. So technically, this was really like a 1 million type thing. So Washington, they still have all the money in cap space to still go out and make like a big move,
God, Jesus Christ.
right?
Oh, I can't stand Philly fans. Oh my God, I can't stand Philly fans. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm on
Hold on,
Twitter.
hold
I'm
on.
on
What's
Rio.
this you sent me though? Hold on. So
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know about
that's
this.
that's what I'm about to talk about. This is what I'm about
I
to
don't
talk about.
know.
Rio posted Washington fans and Philly fans can both agree that winning multiple Super Bowls without an elite quarterback. That is absolutely true. That is absolutely true. And then the Philly fan is gonna sit here and post Jalen Hurts and his Super Bowl MVP. Hey, Philly fans, Doug Williams won a Super Bowl MVP. Mark Rittman won a Super Bowl MVP. We both did not have elite quarterbacks and winning multiple Super Bowls. Okay, all right. I had to get that off because they just irritated me. Like,
I
what are
don't
y'all
even
doing?
understand that. Like, first of all, if you actually look at Doug Williams, like his Super Bowl performance to me is so underrated. Like, it has to be a top three, top five greatest Super Bowl performance. Doug Williams against the Broncos, first black quarterback to win the Super Bowl. I mean, go back and watch that game, folks. Like he was tearing it up. Now,
He
folks
was.
these Eagles fans are acting like that's what Jalen Hurts did against the Chiefs. That they're acting like he threw for 300 plus, several touchdowns. Like he was just dissecting their defense left and right, blowing them out as a team. Yeah, they
They
blew out
crushed them, but it
the
was a
Chiefs.
team effort, not an
Yeah, they
individual
blew
effort.
out the Chiefs, but it's not like Jalen Hurts. This was his greatest game since ever. Like no, and honestly, bro, Eagles fans, the problem that they have is they're so caught up in this moment. But a year from now, when it's somebody else, they're going to be caught up in the moment too. But not quite the same as these Eagles fans, man. I really think the Eagles fans believe they're going to run the table. They believe they're going to run it back. I personally don't believe that. And there's no bias to it either. I'm looking at the statistics that's showing like since 2004, the NFC East has had 21 straight, I think 21 straight different
Yeah,
division
I think
winners. It
so.
hasn't been a back-to-back winner.
Since yeah, since '04, I'm pretty sure something like that.
So every time I see these posts by the Eagles, we're gonna run it back. I'm like, all I type is '04. That's all I type. '04. '04. Because they think that the NFC East is sweet. They think the Commanders sweet, Cowboys sweet, the Giants, yeah, they're real sweet. But no, Cowboys and Commanders, I really feel like strongly they will be back next year. Yeah, the Cowboys too. They'll be back next year because quite frankly, the Eagles did what they did and Dak was out, man. Dak, a healthy Dak, Commanders, we better watch out. Eagles, you better watch out. Healthy
See,
Dak
I'll
in the
say
regular
this.
season, Dak.
I'll say
It's just
this about
it's
Cowboys.
after November when it gets serious for the Cowboys. But before November, Dak Prescott will be solid.
I say this for
Y'all think I'm a
Cowboys.
Jalen Hurts hater? Y'all ain't hear the stuff I said about Dak.
Yeah, I'm
Oh
that
Lord,
Prescott. He's
here
good
we
and
go.
all, but you gotta look at this. The Cowboys' record was what 3-4 when he went out. It's not like that 3-4 record is going to turn to some 12-5, 11-6 even. Like Cowboys, they might be better than they was this past year, but they're not going to be like the world beaters where it's like, oh snap, now like we're. I mean, I'm not going to say the NFC East could look like the NFC North next year, where it's like a team has 14 wins, second place has 13, third place has 11. About how he died, it most likely probably going to be Commanders and Eagles competing, while Giants and Cowboys realize, or Giants they already know, but Cowboys they're going to realize like, oh, we're now in a rebuild, and they're probably going to try to trade that Prescott, and probably going to be looking to trade CD or well not CD, he just signed a contract, but probably Micah. Like, I feel like they're definitely going to realize that that they should be in a rebuild.
So I don't want to go too long tonight. Just chopping it up about the Deebo trade, going back to that main point. Um, I feel like this trade, like I said, pros and cons to it, but really, I think we all agree that this is a solid trade for us. I think my grade for it was like a B minus. I give it a B minus. Not too crazy. I know my man Julian was like, he heard the news. He was like, let's go live, let's go live. I was like, I don't know. I got a few things I got to take care of uh, before I really get into that. But we did the live today. Now, hey, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. If I got the alert that Myles Garrett was traded, I would have went live.
Oh, right
But
away.
it's
Even
Deebo.
if
It's
it's
no
4 o'clock in
disrespect.
the
It's
morning,
Deebo.
huh,
You said what?
even if it's 4 o'clock in the morning, you go live right away. Huh.
Oh yeah,
Press
you
that
got to.
button.
You gotta wake up out your sleep.
That's going, you know. I already got alarm set for, the Miles Garrett trade. I'll wake up as soon as it happens.
I need AP to cook up that trade. I know the Browns GM is and all their front office kind of stubborn about it. But
They're
at
real
the end of the day,
stubborn.
like if there was a superstar player on our team that just didn't want to be here, at the end of the day, if they're respectable about it, you kind of just gotta respect their wishes to leave and just get as much as you can. You have to start realizing that if someone don't want to be there, you can't force them to stay. You got to let them go, and that's for like a lot of aspects of life, not just football. That goes for a lot of aspects. If someone want to go, let them go.
Yeah, because the Browns GM, he just like staying putting his foot down, like, you're not leaving this building. But,
I
Miles
think he's
Garrett, he
doing
already got
that.
his stuff packed and stuff. So,
I feel like he's doing that because I know people want to highlight that one bad moment of Miles Garrett, but really Miles Garrett is a respectable guy,
he
and
is a
I
good
feel like
kid.
he's not the diva type. If they do keep him, I don't know if he's gonna hold out. He might just play. He might just play for his teammates and
Is
just
he that
play.
type of person? Like he is, he's the type person that even with all this stuff going on, he's not going to just walk out of like practice or something. Like he probably won't ever after his contract up. He probably just going to leave the Browns. But like he's not the type to like hold out games or something. He's still going to be getting 15 sacks on like a 3-2 win team and stuff. But
And he had a
Um,
foot injury.
yeah,
I don't. I've disassociated myself with the Deebo. I mean, with the Miles Garrett stuff. I'm not really looking for it. I'm not. If what happens, happens. It don't. It don't. Just get better. I'm just not gonna get my expectations up too high. I honestly don't see Cleveland trading him.
Yeah,
I can really
because
see them holding out. And if I'm them, I mess around and do it. Hold out. Let's see what you're gonna do. You gonna play? You don't. Um, yeah, I think if they do trade him, it's gonna be a draft week, maybe even the day of the draft, a couple of days before the draft. But they're gonna probably have to trade him before the draft, or during
yeah,
the draft. They can't. I don't think they can wait till after June 1. I know there's reports that it's salary cap reasons why they'll probably have to trade him after June 1. But yeah, I'm
Question.
interested to see how this goes down. I also think
Question.
Philly is a very big threat to that trade. I think Philly can offer the best trade because they can
very
literally just
true.
go out picks.
And
Because
also like young
I got a
players
question
that
for
probably
you.
not gonna play.
I got a question for both of y'all.
Mm.
So, if you're the Browns, and you do trade Miles Garrett, you get your picks and all that, do you still draft quarterback at 2? Because I feel like if you do trade Miles Garrett, I might mess around and trade. If you do trade Miles Garrett and you get your picks and all that, I might mess around at 2. I'm gonna go Abdul Carter. I'm gonna go Abdul Carter. You replace Miles Garrett with another edge rusher, and
It de-
you run the table with a veteran quarterback, or you might draft one later rounds. But I don't know how y'all
it de-
feel.
I would
I am
say
not I am not high on any of these quarterbacks in
yeah.
this draft. Not one. I'm probably the highest on Shador just because of the foundation that he has. I think he's just a better passer and a better quarterback, but doesn't have the talent that Cam Ward has. I'm not high on either of them. I don't really
What
have
about
high expectations for them. I think they're gonna have to develop. But regardless of if Miles Garrett asked for a trade or not, I would have probably drafted Abdul Carter or possibly trade down and get
what
more
about my guy
picks.
Jackson Dart?
I mean,
Not number
I'm
2.
not high on anybody, so it
But
don't matter who
I'll
it
say
is.
I'll save some of that for when we get into NFL draft talk. You know that's coming soon. I was chopping it up with Mr. Ron today via text. We're talking about Jackson Dart. You know he's a Giants fan, and how he really likes Jackson Dart. So we're looking forward to those lives for sure. Can't wait to chop it up with y'all when we do that, man. Because it's coming, man. It's March right now. April. It'll be here before you know it. Late April, before we get into that draft talk. Um, where's the draft going to be this year? Where's it going to
I
be?
think Detroit. Is it
No, it was
Detroit?
at Detroit last time. I
Oh,
think.
it was last year.
I
Okay,
think it's like
so this
somewhere in NFC South or something like that.
I'm
Green
looking
Bay
it up.
potentially.
Jackson, is Jackson
It's in Green Bay.
Yeah,
It's in
Green Bay.
Lambeau.
Yeah,
Oh nah, it's in Lambeau.
Lambeau. Oh,
Yeah.
that's gonna be cold. I mean, it's gonna be April, so
Lambeau.
it probably could be from like spring, but Green Bay probably be cold in late
If
April.
we had a stadium at RFK, we could possibly host a draft or something and do some other stuff.
Yeah.
But hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's time we do get that stadium. We're gonna have to
Should
wait
have
a
been
little bit.
had
I'm
it
thinking maybe 2030.
at the earliest,
This
probably.
point,
Yeah,
might
but
be.
we need a roof if we're gonna get the stadium. To me, we need a
Yeah,
roof.
we
I
definitely need a
know
dome.
there's those old school football fans who say stuff like football is meant to be played in the elements, and I'm not disagreeing. I'm not mad at that. What I am kind of understanding is my viewpoint is already going to be biased because, quite frankly, okay, I've been a player, but I never played in the NFL. I played in some cold climates in football in high school, but I never played in college or NFL. I'd say for the NFL, what's my experience being a fan? And I know one thing for sure: these fans pay way too much to be sitting in the rain, the cold.
Oh my
You're
goodness.
paying amazing high prices, and obviously there was a recent increase in ticket prices because of our success. They're paying crazy prices for parking to go into the game just for a ticket. Man, get a roof. The least you can do is get a roof to keep your fans dry, to keep them, chill.
Like warm and stuff. Like
I'm
Yeah,
saying, bro.
I think regardless of what the stadium and why it's such a big deal, is because one, we are the nation capital of the country, DC, and I think this stadium is going to be a multi-purpose stadium.
Has to
I
be.
think that is the ideal is to do what they did in SoFi, but bigger. I was watching a video about the architectural design of
Oh yeah.
one architectural firm that did
It was
a mock-up, which I think that was absolutely beautiful.
yeah,
But
like they
I think
talking
it's good.
about
I think the idea is to be like a Wembley of America. Whatever, whenever they build it, it will probably be the most expensive stadium the world
yeah,
has seen.
yeah,
Probably
because
the
they
most
talk
technological advance.
yeah, because
Which
they
we're
talking
gonna have to
about
pay for as fans because them tickets are gonna be ridiculous.
really is because they
Yeah.
talking about
Yeah.
having it probably like the national stadium or something like that. Basically, have it be like the groundbreaking stadium that like the most well-known stadium, how Los Angeles Coliseum is, or something like that, or
I be I
Wembley.
be seeing I be seeing that man Rio Robinson. He was doing his live and talking about some stadium names. He was joking. He was like, "Shoot, if Jeff Bezos had bought the team, we would have been the Amazon Stadium, Amazon Prime
Yeah,
Stadium." Wait, what should we call the stadium, y'all? RFK
Okay,
two, RFK two.
RFK,
uh,
just RFK, just
like yeah, you could do like RKU,
I'm thinking. I'm
something
thinking we
unique.
mess around and let's call it the shoot. If I was the owner, I'd mess around and call it the let's call it the Sean Taylor Stadium. Or matter of fact, maybe they can't do that for stadium because I know there's naming rights and all that. Maybe they'll
yeah,
call it the Sean Taylor Field, and the stadium will be like I don't know whatever team steps up. Right now we're Northwestern, so it's like I don't know what sponsored. Uh,
yeah.
oh,
It's a lot on the business side and the legal side of getting the
that's
stadium and getting them back in DC. Honestly, I don't. As much as I preach it every week, I don't. At this point, they're talking about possibly not having a tailgate area. So
true.
That'd be crazy. No tailgate.
yeah, I still want the team in DC though. I think
No
it would be
tailgate
great.
is
Yeah,
crazy.
I mean, I ain't worried about parking. If they go to the old Stadium Armory, I'm not
yeah,
driving. I'm taking the metro.
yeah. Trust me, believe fans, they're gonna find a tailgate somewhere. If it's like
No,
not,
people gonna find tailgates. I don't
yeah,
give a
they're
damn. I
gonna.
gotta go to U Street tailgate,
Yeah.
take the metro back
I'm,
down.
I'm fine with it being in DC or Maryland. I don't want it in VA at all. It better not be in VA.
They said it's in VA. It's gonna be like way out there in VA. I'm
Yeah,
like,
because they don't got VA ain't got no space, so it's gonna be really
yeah,
like way, way, way. I'm still gonna go to a game longer than competitive, but if they not good, I'm not going out there.
yeah. Like they in VA and it's like way out there and they're not good either. Oh, nobody. Trust me, nobody is going to that game.
Oh, we gonna be good as long as we got Jaden and he's healthy. We'll be good. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah,
Deebo coming to the Commanders. I really like this. It's gonna be solid to have another piece to our wide receiver core. I'm interested. I just can't wait to see Terry, Jaden, and Deebo like get to work this all season and stuff. It's gonna be fun to see the clips, the videos in the summer when we get around to that. And yeah, it's gonna be hype. I did see De'Ami Brown even posted it. So hey, it looks like maybe De'Ami Brown wants to come back, or maybe either he wants to come back or he has no situational awareness. One of the
he's just
two.
doing that since he hasn't signed with another team yet. Probably as soon as he signed another team, he deleted all his commander stuff, and you know,
I hope not, man, because I don't have no ill will towards De'Ami. We all been rooting
me
for him.
neither.
It's all good.
You're done. Yeah, like I hope he do, succeed wherever he goes. Hopefully it's in Washington, but you know, he been
Yeah,
acting a little weird.
I think even getting Debo kind of helps De'Ami.
For real.
Yeah,
Why you say that?
I say that because like De'Ami's role will be a little bit less, possibly, meaning like the responsibility. This year he kind of had to be wide receiver two, and it was really wide receiver two was really between De'Ami Brown and Noah Brown, and those two are up in the air whether or not we bring them back. So it's going to be interesting. I wouldn't be mad if we bring them both back. I wouldn't be mad, but now that we got
Yeah.
Debo at the number two, it's like Could we possibly go out there and get a real number 2 and move Deebo to the 3? Could we do that, or should we just
Yeah.
stick with the guys we have and re-sign them?
The player that I want to try to go
Find
after
another
is,
dude.
yeah, I want to try to go
I
after
would say
Amari Cooper.
Slayton, either Slayton or just draft a young guy that you believe that can start.
Might as well draft a young guy for that.
Yeah, I
But
say do
I don't
that.
think I don't think you're gonna be able to get one of the better receivers in the draft, and I don't see them trading up. So
I don't know.
honestly, if I'm them, I'm staying put at 29 and just figuring it out. They'll be
Yeah,
alright. AP gonna figure it out. I ain't worried about it.
You
the
think we'll
dude I
mess
want to
around
try to go
and
after.
you
I
think
about
we'll
to
mess
say,
around and be interested in Tez Johnson? Is Brandy
Um,
back?
I don't
I'm
know about
looking
that,
at Trey Smith. I mean Trey Harris. I was looking at Tez Johnson a
but
while
his
ago. But
40
I
time
think
was bad.
it's just more so like the speed. I think if they just think you need a speedy guy, just somebody fast. I really don't want our receiving core is kind of short, so I don't really want another short receiver that we add. So I just want somebody fast.
I was
Yeah,
talking a little bit about I'll try to save some of it for the NFL draft talk, like I said again, but Tez Watkins, or I said Tez Watkins, Tez Johnson, I believe, Tez Johnson. Um, yeah, it was some weight concerns with that. And honestly, I haven't seen a guy that small since like Brandon Banks?
Thanks.
Yeah, you remember Brandon Banks? Woo,
Remember
he put about the arch
yeah.
out now.
I think he'd be fine. I ain't worried about his weight.
Brandon Banks was a dog, man. He was a dog.
People talked about Jaden Daniels' weight, so I ain't worried about it.
I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see about that, man. I really hope he can be successful wherever he goes for sure. Rooting for the guy, of course. But yeah, I think the 49ers, I think I gave them, what did I give them, a C? I think I gave them a C plus for this trade. Uh, along that lines, I don't really think this is a bad trade for the 49ers. I think we always try to make it, oh, they won, they lost. I don't know if the 49ers did lose this trade. How do you guys, I mean, I know at the same time, I say you either win or lose. There's no ties, there's no draws, which is fair. At the same time, it's like 49ers kind of lost this trade, but they kind of won at the same time because it's like it was time to move on from Deebo. It was time.
I just think they're gonna retool. I think they're gonna be kind of bad for a couple years, at least 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I think they'll still be like semi-competitive, but I mean, I don't think they're gonna be like a perennial team. I just think they're gonna be like they may sneak into a wild card, maybe. Um, they may be outside the wild card. I don't really. I mean, their team is getting old. The core is getting old. Their best player is 36 years old. So like, I don't.
Who you talking about, Trent?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Big Trent. Hey, we
Yeah,
need Big Trent back. We need him back. I don't know what they want for him, but shoot, if see, this is why I'm not general manager because I would do something stupid, man. See, listen, if Trent Williams was available, ring, 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 ring. Hey, I'm Adam Peters. I'm trying to, y'all know me, man. I'm trying to get your boy Trent. We're gonna get him back home. Shoot, I'll give up the
even with
first
his
round pick.
age.
I'll give up two first round picks, two first round picks. I mess around.
That's why you got
No,
GM.
no, no.
Yeah,
For his age, basically turning what 40 years old, getting old, Trent Williams. It's
Hey, he
not
can
like
be 50. He's
2015.
better than whatever left tackle we have starting for the next 2 years, man.
You're not lying though. You're not lying because like getting Trent Williams, I feel like they should go the younger approach,
We
or at
need somebody
least
nasty on the O line. Like I like the guy Tyler Booker, out of Alabama. I know he's a guard though,
yeah,
but we need nasty players on the O line because you
because
see Jalen Carter, he's nasty, he's mean. We need somebody to match that, and I
yeah,
just don't see it.
because to me like all the nasty players like in this draft class, they're all going hot. Like that dude
Yeah,
from Missouri who ran what like a 4.9 something like
listen,
that.
Burden.
I think from
We're talking about
Missouri,
O
I think
lineman.
so. Yeah, O line, tackle
Okay.
from Missouri. He ran like a 4.9. He's gonna be nasty. Will Campbell, he gonna be nasty.
Oh, I know
Um,
you're talking about. Yeah,
yeah, the Texas offensive tackle, he's gonna be nasty. Those
Cameron
players gonna be
Williams.
nasty.
It's a deep,
Yeah,
it's a deep tackle draft.
it really is.
I ain't worried too much. Who is this? I wanted to lose. That's Super Bowl. Who is this? Who is this in this chat? I'm sorry. Before I
You
say
see that,
something,
man?
who is this? I wanted to lose that Super Bowl game. What are you talking about?
I
What
have
wasn't
no
even in
idea.
the Super Bowl. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Okay. I would ask like what's your favorite team, but then that's gonna go into a tangent. Cause let me find out.
Yeah. Yeah.
All I can say is if that person's still watching, we have no idea what you're talking about. We are all Washington fans. We haven't made a Super Bowl since we've all been alive, so we can't
Yeah.
relate. Oh, are you talking about us, Washington? Y'all played like you didn't want to win. Hey, that NFC
Oh.
Championship, it did feel that way.
Hey, it's okay. They lost. Okay. All right. Nothing new. It's okay.
We'll be back. We're
Yeah.
gonna spin back. I keep telling Philly fans that. Look, I was talking to some Philly fans. I told them, hey, have your moment, but just know we not in the Dan Snyder era anymore. It just can't get much worse.
Okay,
What's your
then
team?
shut up.
Yeah.
Respectfully, shut up. Your team is not no better. Shut up.
What's your
If your
team?
team quarterback is not better than Jaden Daniels, shut up.
Oh
So none of you
no.
fans in the
Oh
NFC
no.
should be talking.
Oh.
Absolutely not. Do not come in here talking about the
Boo.
Giants. Y'all still looking for
Come
your
on, man.
quarterback, and y'all talking about signing Aaron Rodgers. Y'all not gonna find your quarterback. I'm gonna let y'all know your quarterback is at Texas. That is your starting quarterback if y'all really want it.
Archie Manning. Yep.
That's your starting quarterback.
Facts.
Archie
Now I
Manning.
want y'all to
Is
kind of
Dable gonna
draft
be
a
there for
black
that?
quarterback because the Giants has never drafted a black quarterback and actually had a starting black quarterback. So I want y'all to win that for that. I still was rooting for y'all. Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, long you know.
Hey, I mean, if you're a Giants fan and you weren't rooting for us, like I respect y'all rooting for us, but like if you're a Giants fan and you were rooting for the Eagles, aside from Saquon Barkley, there's no respectable reason for that. Like you want to see Saquon win, sure,
Well, there's no
but
respectful reason room for a divisional rival. I wish I would. I would never
Yeah.
root for none of them Bama's in the NFC East. I would never root for them Bama's. I root for players to play well, but not.
exactly.
I don't. I don't root for y'all
Yeah,
Bama's.
I can't do it. Even in the Tom Brady versus Eagles Super Bowl, I was rooting for Brady. I know everybody hated Brady. I was rooting for Brady. Even I had family who was like, I just don't want to see
I just
Brady win again.
yeah.
And I was
But
like, no,
I don't want
I'm
to see a
I'm
Giants
not rooting
win.
for Philly. Just couldn't do it. And even with this year, um, a lot of family was like, I just don't want to see Patrick Mahomes win again. I'm rooting for Philly. I'm not rooting for Philly. Like, and it's years past where I might have rooted for Philly in different games, but it really just was rooting for players. And it's like I can't stand the way that this Eagles team has acted. Very cocky team, very cocky fan base. And like I said, Eagles fans, they're just having fun. They're just doing what they're gonna do. Maybe when the Washington Commanders win ours, maybe who knows? There will be some Washington fans acting the same way, and we'll kind of
I'm gonna
understand.
act a fool. I'm gonna act an absolute fool. I'm going to act a fool if we win a Super Bowl in my lifetime. I'm taking off a week of work and I'm acting a fool. I will be drunk every day down there in that parade, down there in DC. I don't care where I'm at in the world. I'm flying back. I'm going to act the fool. And all off season, I'm going to act ignorant. Don't let my team go to the Super Bowl and win. Block me when we do. Please block me. Block the hell out of me.
Hey, bro, you won't have to
Never.
imagine for much longer because the clock is ticking, and our time is coming,
It's
folks.
now. It's now.
It's
Like
just
we
yeah.
just beat the Eagles in the playoffs. Oh, they would not hear the end of it because we couldn't hear the end of it, so they're not either. Like, nope, nope.
Yep. And then another thing before we wrap up, a lot of people are saying Deebo is like injury prone. I mean, The dude's lost. What? He's only missed 2 games last year,
Yeah.
and previous season it was 2 again. Let me pull it up. So this is by Reedy and Z. Um, love their Washington content. Um, y'all calling Deebo Samuel injury prone. He missed 2 games in 2023 and 2 games in 2024. That's not injury prone. I don't know what you
Yeah.
guys see. This is what it means.
That's
This is what I mean
crazy.
by people who just run with narratives, man.
It's crazy because they don't want Deebo Samuel, but then they want someone who is injury prone, like a T. Higgins, a Cooper Cup. Like it makes no sense to me. Like how you don't want someone that's injury prone, but you want someone that's injury prone. Like I don't get it.
I think certain times, like people kind of run with things that they hear from other people, and then it becomes a narrative, and you just repeat it. You're just repeating things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm
I'm sorry.
speaking facts, right?
I'm talking about that tweet I tweeted out to that Philly fan. Somebody responded, a Philly fan, the same Philly fan responded with the Super Bowl champion picture. And then somebody tweeted out, they said, I'm glad that after 80 years, you guys are finally bringing some pride to the East. That is hilarious.
Man.
Okay, I'm going to walk off on that one. That one's hilarious. All right.
Oh, it said, nope. Eagles and Cowboys are ops. Can't root for them at all. Got you. Yeah. Can't do it. Like I said, it's just more so rooting for like players. Like I really feel like if Dak Prescott switched teams, he'd be a whole lot more likable. I really wanted to see Dak get traded like before that whole contract thing. I wanted to see him get traded to like the Raiders or somebody like can you imagine, bro? Or remember years ago when the 49ers were about to get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo, they didn't know what to do at quarterback. They didn't know they were going to get Purdy. I wanted them to go trade for Dak Prescott too. I thought that would have been a good trade.
No, I want them
But
to get Tom Brady.
it's too late now.
I want them to get Tom Brady. I'm not even going to lie to you.
Oh shoot,
San
man!
Francisco? That would be insane.
Do y'all honestly think like if Tom Brady came back right now, he'd run the table?
I mean, it's
No.
the crazy part is that I can't like definitively like say he won't because it's still Tom Brady, but I'm gonna say no just for the purpose of like the NFL. It has been a couple of years, like just a couple of years, but the NFL has grown in that small little time frame that Tom Brady ended. Like finished. Like Washington, that's not the same Washington team. Eagles, they're not gonna beat the Eagles. So I'm gonna say no for that reason.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, man. Like I said, guys, we had some really, really good topics to come to during this offseason. The offseason is here, man. We're chopping it up. Deebo Samuel traded to the Washington Commanders from the 49ers to the Commanders for only a 5th-round pick. We've been chopping it up all night, man. Just wow. Just wow. Can't really put into words kind of how this surprises me. Like I know Deebo, declined a little bit, but 5th round, I mean, the 49ers basically said, hey, we're good, we're done, is what it is. You're out of
For
our
mega
life.
chips.
Yeah. And there are some things that with Deebo, like I think he got into a fight with like a punter or a kicker. Uh, I think it was kicker, yeah, in the past. So he does have I would say he has some character or attitude problems. He has some weight problems because, I mean, I don't know what it is, but that gut ain't looking too good. He has problems. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying whatever problems he has, it's going to be washed away when that man Jaden Daniels gets on the field and he elevates those around him. That's what he does. That's what great players do. LeBron James elevated those around him. Michael Jordan elevated those around him. Kobe Bryant elevated those around him. Tom Brady elevated those around him. And guess what? J85 going to elevate those around him too. Deebo Samuel, I really think this is a good pickup. Only for a 5th-round pick. It's on to the next. We're going to see who we get next. But In closing, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting the Fourth and Goal Sports YouTube channel. Please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Like, comment, share, subscribe, as well as follow to the Fourth and Goal Sports Instagram page, which will be in the description. William, Julian, any last words?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
me, I'm just saying Washington going to the NFC Championship or at least NFC Championship game, Super Bowl, hopefully. What else? Miles Garrett, start packing your bags. Get that flight ready for Washington.
Let's
Um,
go. Let's go.
who else? Severius Ward. Hopefully he's a commander.
Bring
Who
him.
else?
Come on over.
Barney Stanley. All of them. Like T. Higgins, he just signed that big,
he
that
ain't coming.
franchise tag. But
Commanders
like,
fan,
yeah,
please give it up. Give it up. Give it up. He
T.
ain't coming here.
Higgins.
Go draft your own T. Higgins. Please
I
give
hope
up
they
T.
do. I
Higgins.
hope they do.
Draft
I
your
really
own.
hope they do. Is it gonna be a T. Higgins in this draft class though? That's the only thing that I'm
It
like,
does. Go find one. Go develop one.
Hey,
I don't care.
we'll see.
Commanders fan, I'm tired of hearing T. Higgins. But my last thoughts. My last thoughts. I say it every week. Bring my team back to RFK. All the NFL teams. If your quarterback is not better than Jaden Daniels, respectfully, shut up. That's
respectfully.
it. Jaden Daniels is the
Actually,
best quarterback in the
disrespectful.
NFC.
Hey, y'all heard it here first. Fourth and Goal Sports Show. Signing off. It's been a great live, great night. Chopping it up with you guys. Until next time, I'm your host, Tyrus Filson, joined by William and Julian. Have a blessed day. Have a productive week. Peace.